The Isaiah Factor Uncensored starts right now.
And thank you for joining me tonight, and welcome to The Factor Uncensored. A mayor in Tennessee is standing up for the Confederacy. No big deal, right? It kinda is, considering this mayor is a black man. Curtis Hayes is the mayor of Livingston, Tennessee. Last week, he signed a proclamation declaring April as Confederate History Month. When he signed, he was surrounded by members of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. It has left some, mainly blacks, outraged, saying, "What the hell is this black man thinking?" My guests have strong opinions about this tonight, so buckle up.
I think it's a good thing. There's a lot that we can learn from history. And if we don't learn the good, bad, and ugly, then we are doomed to repeat. The Bible says in the book of Hosea, "My people perish for the lack of knowledge." The Civil War was not based about slavery. It was about the South wanting to be sovereign, and it was about the tax issues. And that's what it was about. And so a lot has happened since the Civil War. Ulysses S. Grant has come in. All your viewers have heard about the Act of 1871. What we're learning from history today is that your viewers know that the United States of America is no longer a country, but it's called the United States Corporation. And so corporation has certain properties. And so when you realize that people are now slaves today, and they were told in the textbooks by what they wanted to put in there and say, we're freeing slaves from yesterday. But what's happened was back then, there was no income tax. There was no corporate tax. The South was being placed with tariffs that was carrying that tax load. Now the viewers are paying income tax and paying taxes. They're called persons in the court of law. And if people take the time
Tex, we don't want to get too far off the subject. Let's just kind of stick with this here. Obviously, you know, you have your theories, but Dr. Ruth, let's talk about this black mayor who declared April Confederate History Month.
Yeah, at first I thought it was a joke. And then it began to, at first it made me sad, and then it made me sick that a person, an African-American person would support something like this in a position like that. With all of the issues that we have healing to do. Our people were killed, wiped out. Why would he do something that would celebrate what these folks did? It's sickening to me.
Bishop Dixon, let's hear from you.
Isaiah, thank you for having us on today. My answer is going to be concise and quick. One, I think it is the legitimizing of a racist past, and it is strengthening to a racist present and encouraging of a racist future. That move by the mayor is absolutely a shame. And unfortunately, we have those kind of individuals who look past the real substance of history to understand if it was wrong then, it's wrong now. And I cannot understand any mayor, black, white, or brown, legitimizing that kind of racist history and making it relevant in contemporary times. I think it's unacceptable, and I hope that more and more people speak out about it.
Do you see any method to his madness here? Any reason why he would do it?
No, well, I've read what I've read, but there's no basis. There's no solid substantive basis for it. The NAACP condemns that action, and we do not support it. We think it's an affront. It is offensive. It's insulting. It is degrading, and there is no substantive answer as to really substantiate that kind of move and that kind of making it a law in that city to have a month named after Sons of the Confederacy. That's just absolutely unacceptable.
And of course, Todd, we know we've also heard about it being celebrated in Mississippi as well. Of course, we'd expect that. but your thoughts about what this black mayor has done in Tennessee.
I think it's a horrible decision. And like Bishop Dixon said, it doesn't matter if he's black or white. I think it's extremely contradictory and hypocritical because we have a movement in America that wants to erase history because it offends certain groups of people. You don't want to teach history that offends a certain color, white Americans, white kids, white parents. So you'll eliminate that and call that critical race theory. But then there's a part of history that offends black people, and we're supposed to celebrate that. We're supposed to honor that. I think the same rule should exist. If you don't want to celebrate one aspect of the same generation, don't celebrate the other half. Don't celebrate my ancestors who I can name that were enslaved. And then if you're not going to celebrate them, don't celebrate the people who enslaved them. So I think it's very, very hypocritical that we do that. And text said that we need to honor history. You don't have to honor history to remember history. I remember what happened on 9/11, 2001. I remember where I was. I don't need a month for Osama bin Laden and Al-Qaeda. I will never forget that. You never honor people who were on the wrong side of history. You remember them. You don't honor Adolf Hitler. You remember his mistakes. And I'm not going to get into the corporation, that QAnon crap. America's not no corporation. That's nonsense. That's been disproved. You're talking a whole bunch of nonsense.
Just Google it, man.
You talk for 15 seconds. Bro, you talk for 15 seconds. I don't have time for your idiot. I don't have time for this imbecilic talk, bro.
Taxes, not
bro,
about
I don't
slavery.
care. But, bro,
you want to hold on to
one at a time, guys. Hold on,
the
Tex.
South seceded from the Union because of slavery. And I understand the taxation, bro, don't dismiss the fact that slavery played a huge role in the
was a part of it.
But let me say this. Anyone who reads history accurately understands that the Civil War had a great deal to do with slavery, and that Abraham Lincoln was opposed because Confederate states believed he would end slavery. So, so let's acknowledge that. But here's the other issue.
But let's talk about the whole picture, not the slavery part.
One at a time, Tex. Give me a second.
But when you say let's not talk about the slavery part, that's the problem.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
But you said not just the slavery part. I mean, the slavery part is the issue.
War. Yeah, because you're talking about my Confederacy. So let's talk about all the issues. I'm proud to be from the South. I'm proud
to be from the South too, but I don't have to celebrate Confederacy History Month. Man, I can put on a Dirty South rap album and praise the fact that I'm from the South, bro. There's a lot of ways to praise that you're from the South. You don't necessarily have to. I'm pretty sure the people from the North proud that they're from the North. I'm pretty sure the people on the West Coast proud that they're on the West Coast. You don't honor the negative parts of history to prove your pride, bro. You don't.
Is Tex proud? Tex, are you proud of the position? Are you proud of the position and the imposition of slavery that your people, the position that they took?
No, I'm not part of that.
I'm proud
of my people that fought for taxes to say, look, man, we're being overtaxed. I'm proud for the people that said, look, we're not going to have the United States of America turn into a corporation, which all the viewers are smart. We're in the information age. You can Google it.
Are you proud of the racist past?
Everybody that has a website is not facts.
Y'all don't know the truth.
One at a time,
bro. You don't understand a reputable news source from QAnon crap. That's your problem. That's your problem.
Let me ask a question.
That's why you sound so stupid.
Let's hear from Bishop Dixon, guys. Hold on a second.
You're just not smart.
Hold on a second, Todd. Let's hear from Bishop Dixon.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We are discussing a black mayor's decision in Tennessee to recognize the whole month of April as Confederate History Month. One of my guests fiercely defending that mayor. The rest absolutely pissed off about it.
I think it's very important. Todd mentioned the issue of critical race theory a few moments ago. And these are the same people who do not want the truth about America's racist history taught.
No, we don't want to be brainwashed by
Hold on, Tex, hold on.
Okay. You can't be brainwashed from the truth, bro. By the truth. The truth is the truth, man.
The facts are the facts.
Thank you.
And the historical record states the facts about racism in America. That is a fact. But the critical race theory movement is based on individuals and an ideology who wants to make sure that those facts are distorted or even erased from history so that each generation doesn't learn that truth about America. It is oxymoronic for the same people now to want to have a month named after the sons of the Confederacy who were greatly responsible in the past for doing the injury to Blacks and to Black Americans. So I think that we need to face the fact, and I'm not suggesting that everything about the Civil War was wrong. I didn't suggest that. Everything about the South was wrong. But the slavery part, the discrimination part, that part was dominant, and it's wrong. And it's wrong today like it was then. So can you accept that?
So this news piece is about celebrating the Confederacy, not about making it a slavery issue. So the three of y'all have turned this article into about making it a slavery issue. I was asked to come and speak about, hey, do I agree with the Mayor Stan on saying, let's celebrate the Confederacy?
But let me tell you this. When Black people see the Confederacy, when they see that emblem, I think of my ancestors, Solomon Huff, Celia Huff, Sam Jones, Cecilia Jones. My great-grandfather, my mom's grandfather was born a slave in 1860. My mother was born in 1944. Sorry for putting that out there, Mama, but that's how close slavery is. So you mean to tell me that how we feel doesn't matter? Because that's the argument, like Dr. Dixon said, that's the argument we hear from CRT proponents, because they say, okay, this makes white people feel bad. Bruh, the mention of the Confederacy makes me upset. And you're saying you don't give a damn.
With Black
you saying you don't
Lives
give a damn, but I'm supposed to give a damn about you.
Sure. Same with Black Lives Matter, because that is a result of burning down buildings, destroying our country.
On January 6th.
So Americans, we don't like that Black Lives Matter when that's thrown into our face. Because the truth is, it's an evil organization.
But when has the government?
Why our nation is divided, because
it is, the nation is divided. But when has the government? When has a city government, state government ever honored Black Lives Matter with their own freaking month? Tell me that. That's a difference. I don't care what it is.
Let me take issue.
Okay, hold on, guys. Let's hear from Dr.
That wasn't a month. That wasn't a month.
Hold on one second, guys. Let's hear from Dr. Tex. Let's hear from Dr. Olson.
Let me just take issue with what you're saying about Black Lives Matter. Someone said after another Black person had been shot and killed, Black Lives Matter in a protest, Black Lives Matter. That grew just in recent years out of the fact that this terrible situation of Black people getting killed unjustly is still happening. That's why that statement came out. And during the times that we're talking about, as you know, Black lives did not matter during slavery, except for the economy and the free work that came to prop up people like you. So just the statement Black Lives Matter should not be offensive to anybody.
Unless you don't think Black Lives Matter. Unless you don't, and we need to talk about the South, and I've mentioned this before.
All lives matter. All lives matter.
But Black lives.
You got to make it about, all lives matter.
But it seems like America, from America's inception, Black lives did not matter. That's the whole point. I know you read all this QAnon crap. Read some actual reputable historians and journalists, bro. Read them. And we talk about the South.
It's not QAnon.
Do you know that from the 100 years after slavery, Black people were still enslaved in the South under nonsense laws like jaywalking or whatever laws that they could come up with to put Black people in prison, and then sell them to other plantations or corporations. This was still going on in my dad's day in the 60s, bro. So this is the South that you're talking about. So when you're talking about Southern pride, I'm proud to be from the South. I'm born and raised in Texas. My parents are from Louisiana.
So this is what I'm talking about.
Well, we're out of time, guys. We want to thank you for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. Obviously, we won't get a consensus between you guys and Tex, but that's the way it works. Thank you all for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.
Some hot folks tonight.